Welcome to Psychology the Daf. We are in Gemara Pesachim, Daf Samach Beis. And today we're going to talk about, can a woman be a great Torah scholar? Should any woman, on the basis of her gender, refrain from studying Torah? If a woman does study Torah, what status can she achieve? Can she become a Talmid Chacham? And would people treat her as such? Our Gemara, toward the end of Amud Beis, mentions Bruria, the daughter of Rav Hanani ben Shradjan and the wife of Rebbe Meir. She was a great Torah scholar, and the Gemara quotes that she learned 300 halachas from 300 rabbis in one single day. She's even quoted in a machlokas between the Chachamim and Rebbe Tarfon in Tosefta Kalim Mitzia 1:3. There are many known discussions about women in Torah study, so I will not focus on frequently quoted sources. Rather, I'd like to bring up some interesting and less known ideas on this matter that have been put forth by great sages. The Torah Tamima in Dvarim Perek Yud Aleph Pasuk Yud Tes quotes a sage named Rav Shmuel Arkuvelti, who has a bold and creative assertion regarding this age-old discussion. Now, a little bit about Rav Shmuel Arkuvelti and his stature. He lived in the time of Rav Yosef Karo and was a Rav of the Kilo in Padua in the 16th to 17th century. Additionally, we find his work on grammar quoted by Tosfos Yomtiv in Mishnah Tamid, Perek Zayin, Mishnah Daled. Rav Arkuvelti suggests that the prohibition mentioned in the Gemara Sota on Chaf Aleph Amud Aleph and codified by the Rambam in Hilchos Talmud Torah Perek Aleph Halacha Yud Gimel is literally referring to a daughter, that is, a young immature person. The halacha quoted is Hamalamed is Bito Torah. Essentially, he's saying that since women are not tasked with the responsibility to learn Torah, there is little value in introducing it to them when their minds and emotions are less developed. However, and I'm going to do my best to quote this directly, which again, you could find this in the Torah Tamima, Dvarim Perek Yud Aleph Pasuk Yud Tes, but I'll do my best to translate as accurately as possible. Women whose heart moves them to draw close to the work of the Lord, stemming from their own free will to choose what is good, they shall surely ascend the mountain of the Lord. They shall dwell in his holy place, because they are wondrous women. It is upon the scholars of their generation to praise such women, revere them, and to support their efforts to study Torah. Such women should receive divine blessings and assistance. Wow! How come we never learned that one in yeshiva? While we're talking about things we never learned in yeshiva and teachings that are hiding in plain sight, here are some other fascinating sources. The Chida, in his Shem Hagadolim, under the word Rabbanit, which is really at the end of his Sefer, lists several cases of learned women throughout Jewish history. The introduction to the Prisha describes his mother as greatly learned and actually quotes two of her Chidushei Torah. One final assertion from the Chida can be found in his Birkei Yosef commentary on Shulchan Aruch Choshen Mishpat, Siman Zayin, I believe Os Yud Beis, and he maintains that a learned woman can indeed serve as a halachic authority, though she cannot serve as a dayan in a besdin. That is to say, in colloquial terminology, she can get smicha yora, but not yadin. Serving in the rabbinate as a community leader is a whole different discussion and a whole different machlokas subject to a great deal of interpretation.